Good day, gentlemen and ladies. The subject of my video today is the front loader on my Mahindra 20S HST tractor. All right. Now that loader, it's the loader model is the 23L loader, as you can see on the very nice manual. Of course, like all my videos, I urge you to read that very nice manual made by Mahindra. This manual, we're gonna go through it first, and then I'm gonna show you some key point about the loader itself, and also I'm gonna include how I remove it and how I install it. All right, so let's start by this very nice manual. And right here on the top of it, and I hope that you see it, they said make sure to read this manual before use, and please do it. All right, I'm gonna go through the step on the manual. The second thing, keep this manual close to the machine. Well, for me, as you can see, I didn't do it. I keep it in my main office, and then I read it there, and I also put a lot of stuff. So as you can see, I put some markers, and let's go through these. All right, so the first page, okay, it's telling you this is for the front end loader 23L, and it's a very nice book, like I say. And then of course, do take the time to read all the safety precaution, because I'd say, like, warning, the loader on most tractor, I think it's the first, on my small experience, it's the first cause of death for tractor, because often people keep it high in the ground and then they tilt. They didn't put the rope system, the rollover protective system properly. They didn't put their seat belt, and the tractor tilt, and well, you know what happened after. All right, so please do take the time to read the manual and all the safety precaution. I also marked some of it, like observe the bucket movement and maintain control with the control levers. I'm gonna go through that, but make sure to have a positive control on your loader. Also, travel the speed when you're traveling. Keep your bucket always low. When you're turning, reduce the speed, because of course having a big load a little bit higher in the ground will make the tractor tilt faster. Now if you have a leak, don't use your hand. Take a piece of cardboard and try to find it. Okay, and there's various items then I mark, and please do mark it, put an X which the one is relevant to you, and then read it whenever you need it. For me, it's twice a year. Okay, now on the loader specification, this is page number 9. Okay, they tell you everything about the loader, the height, the weight, the maximum, everything is in there, and also the other page. As an introduction, all right, on page 9, the purpose of this manual is to assist you in maintaining and operating your loader. Read it carefully. It furnishes information and instruction that will help you achieving years of dependable performance. Okay, now I'm gonna go. There's a lot of tips on how to use it properly. Okay, and I really like it. Like starting at page 12 all the way to page 20, a lot of the good info on how to use it. Again, on page 20, we urge you to the following advice: read and understand very well this manual. So and also the tractor manual, okay, in both in conjunction. So I think most tractor owners don't take the time to read the manual coming with the front loader, and it's very important, and that's why my video is all about. It contains a lot of information. And again, don't hurry to learning process or take the unit for granted. ease into it and become familiar with a new loader and tractor. And I even put my own note: slow win the race. So I'm gonna go at various pace. Always control the rate of the loader function. Like, you don't go like this. You can control by ease the movement and slowly, and then you control the speed. The loader operation very well made, with a lot of image and a lot of text, so it's easy to understand how to remove it and how to install it. And I'm gonna go on a demo on that. Okay, now there's a page on 26 about lubrication, where the key point, I'm gonna show you that right now, like where to grease your loader. And there's also, I'm gonna go on the side here, like the hydraulic system check dailies and all the time, like the tire inflation also 50 hours daily, and everything here. Now here, the for the torquing, load mount hardware retight every 25 hours. When doing artwork, and this is me only, I find some bolt loose after 9 to 12 hours on the front. How do you call it, the loader mount hardware. So when you, like, if I had harsh terrain, yes, it's that's what I found. All right, especially the forward one. Now there's a nice, very nice, well thought troubleshooting list. So I'm gonna go starting on page 29. Then again, there's also the torque list. On my last video I go on detail, but this one is very well made. The torque, this is on page 23. The SE grade number, both size, the foot pound, the pound foot, like the min max, and everything, the grade 2, 4, 8, with the proper markings. I hope you see that. Okay, on the next page there's also the metric ones. Okay, and this is on page 34. So very nice, well made book. Now the page on, starting on page 36 all the way to the end, it's all the basically all the component of the front loader, like the quick attach assembly with all the parts. Everything is in there with all the numbers referring, and it's on each page. Very well made. Like for the mounting frame attachment with the part list. Same thing with the boom assembly. The boom assembly itself. I'm just gonna create the stand, like for the little legs, to keep the front loader in up position when it's not attached to the tractor. The loader valve also, with all the parts. The hydraulic piping assembly, like everything is in there, so all the parts is in there, right? Now if you bought your Mahindra without a front loader, the book, it's very well made on how to install it on your tractor. The last part, starting at page 54 all the way to 56, it shows how to first, what to install. I didn't know that part here was coming up with the front loader, right? So everything is very well detailed on how to install it, and it go in detail with the hydraulic system too, with the parts. Okay, and even tell you where to put your white caps, various color, the white cap, green, yellow, and red caps, protecting cap. And also the front history loader, I even put, like I start in 20. I had a leak chafing on the left side. I'm gonna show you that. I hope I remember that. Okay, and I also had a loose bolt when I was doing a DI. So and that loose bolt, it was missing basically a washer, so I put a washer. And by the way, on my tractor, I'm about more than 470 hours of really good tractor therapy. So yes, so they have the front end history card, the service record place where you put. There's also for me, I didn't put any, but what you do with tractor. And this book is the second edition. It was made in 2017. So for the new tractor owner, leave me a comment if you have a new edition. If you bought your tractor like mine, I bought it in 2018. Obviously the tractor was built in 2017, but if you have a newer edition, let me know. All right, so I urge you, please do take the time to read it. There's a lot of info on how to use it, how to maintain it, and good tricks. Okay, so I'm gonna go in detail here from the left to the right side. Okay, stick around. Cheers. I hope you're able to see these grease zerks. What I do for, and that video will contain various tips also, is when I do grease, before I clean it with a screwdriver and a rag, and then I grease them and then I re-clean it so it's bone dry, so no dust will stick there, so it's easier to keep it. I've got friends, what they do is they fill up with grease and they keep it like that, so nothing is in contact with the zerk, but they have to clean it, remove the sand and everything. So it's two different ways of doing things, but the main thing is it's achieving. The main thing is to make sure that the zerk is working at the end. All right. So there's both ways of saying things. Probably me, I'm working more in dusty environment. When I was shepherd, less here. But if like the winter time, I will believe though, because you don't want to have too much humidity, especially if your tractor is working, it's stored. I mean outside to the environment, like or just having a roof. But mine, I have a dehumidifier, so that's why I keep things mostly clean. All right. Now for the left part, on the left side of the tractor, what I'd like to mention to you. Now that plate here is the holding plate. What I've done for modification is I completely remove it and I put electrical black tape over it, and because I find out it was after I've done that not long ago, I found like it was chafing like on the corner here of the steel plate. So what I've done is I put simply electric tape, so the electric tape was act as a scuffing pad. Yes, so from the left side, and also like I told you, I'm very against the pressure washer. So once a year, especially in springtime, what I do is I use a couple of clean rags and I remove all the excess grease, dust and everything, and I go around. Okay, now I apologize for the wind. I hope it's not gonna affect too much. Now I already made a video about the skid, all the skid attachment, the levers, like here. But the only thing I can tell you is before you run to remove your lever, it's windy, keep the bucket high or whatever and remove the lever, and then as you drop it down, so you ain't gonna cut your feet. And that happened once to me and to GP also. So make sure you remove your feet and then you flip it, though on the other side you flip it off. All right. Now when you do remove the your loader, pay attention about these bars on each side here, because at one time, and as you can see, that bar, there's about 3 finger distance and this one is only 2, and because of the thickness over here. And well, what happened is I hit a little bit. I didn't mark it or even scuff it, but just as a protection I put the electric tape and I put 2 tie wrap on the top, so that way nothing will happen there. Okay, now on this side with the cover here, since it already have that scuffing membrane over it, protection, yes, I didn't do nothing. I just clean it, I remove it, and I tied it. Now all the bolts and nuts, I tied it yearly, okay, because I didn't find anything like all the thing here. You can see on the opposite side, it's all nylon, so It's you just snug it and according like the book saying, but so far none of them went loose on me. Okay. Yes, the cylinder I always keep it clean. Always you see, okay, that's a perfect example. I just opened it this morning and you see all that dust there, so that's why you can see here I just moved the O-ring, so that's why the little O-ring in there, it's easier if you remove it once a while, like at the end of the day remove that big. Here we go. So by keeping your cylinder clean, well, you're saving you're giving a chance for the O-ring in there to stay a little bit more longer service life. Okay. Other than that, these pins here, you can see it from under here. I don't put it like this. I always put it like that, so if in case it fell, it's always retained. But if you do like that, only that little pin will keep it there. So it's, for me, I rather keep it always like that. Okay. Now about the hydraulic connection, there's a lot of hydraulic connection in here on each side. So once here I double check, then they're very tight. Not very tight, but they're tight, so no leak will occur. And this is the main thing here. All the hydraulic hose go through here. So it's quite important to make sure that, first of all, when you're pushing stuff, it's not gonna touch these lines. Okay, so that's why they have that thick protecting plate here. Now, of course, each hydraulic cylinder are double action, so there's one line there and also another line here. So once a while, check it if they're tight in accordance with the book. For me, yes, I especially when I do a hard working, when I did here, and also for the parking for the RV, I did check it at the end of the day. I didn't ever find one loose, but sometimes it was like I know it was going on the loose side. Now, one modification that I've done on the loader side, and I'm gonna show it to you. You see the distance. I hope I'm just gonna stabilize it. I hope that you see the distance from there to there. There's not much, and often when the tractor is working hard, well, the hydraulic hose will touch the hood, as you can see here. So what I've done, I glue a scuffing pad, and that scuffing pad is that's the piece here. So basically I sand that piece where I remove the shine, and I use contact cement glue, and I clamp it for 4 days. So the scuffing pad, it's a thick one, as you can see, and so that way the hydraulic hardware will touch and not scraping my nice looking steel wood hood. Now all those connection here, they're very well made, and I had to tighten this one, the lower one here at one time, because it was getting loose. But other than that, it's very good. Now the control lever, just hold on. Now the control lever is very well made. It's very stiff, and the pad here, the coussinet, the rubber, it's really easy to clean against any type of dust. And a neat feature is get a locking mechanism, so that way the lever is locked in place, especially for when you're doing transport. When I put my I bring the tractor here with Joe, I put it on trailer, I attach everything, but I did lock the loader, so that way nothing will came from this side by vibration. All right, and a little bit of oil will help also because it was pretty dry. So all of you, for all tractor owner, subcompact, big tractor, I challenge you, please do read your instruction manual, operator manual. It contains a lot of information. It's very nice to look at it for safety aspect, for learning aspect of it, and all the parts are also in there, and maintenance tips. Now, one more tip I have. It's nice to remove the loader when you have a nice concrete floor. However, if you have to remove it and you don't have any concrete floor, create your own flat surface. Basically, you have the tractor, you have the front loader, and basically you use the front and you create your environment where you want to deposit. And the key feature is make sure that the tractor is aligned with where you're gonna deposit your front loader. So if I'm using the book, like if it's uneven like this, then use your front bucket and make sure it's straight. But make sure that the four wheels are aligned with the bucket where you're gonna deposit, so everything is on flat surface. So that's a tip you may use, because I often find on people, they say, well, they're complaining, well, I don't have a concrete pad or whatever. So create your environment, and that would be a great tractor therapy. All right. So now on the part, I'm gonna remove the loader just for you. Okay. Oh. All right. So when you're operating a tractor and you have your dogs around, especially when you make video, what you do is you attach them so that way they're not in your way. It's for their own safety and yours peace of mind. At least you can concentrate on what you're doing, and that's often is my case. I get distracted for various. So when I cut wood with my chainsaw, when I do important stuff, I always ask whatever I'm doing, please make sure I don't have my kids around, your kids, and make sure that all your dogs are away. All right, because an accident can happen, and you don't want that. All right. And plus, it's bringing stress level down when you control your environment around. So what I will do is I'm just gonna keep the camera here out of the wind, and I'm gonna bring the tractor a little bit closer, and I'm gonna show you how I remove my front loader. All right. Now, for those one of you asking, yes, I did my daily inspection on my tractor. All level, hydraulic oil level, coolant level, everything is checked. All right, so let's start that removing, and I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna level my surface to as a demo. Okay. So as you can see on my demo, so this is a flat surface. I know it was pretty flat before, but just as a demo, so that's all. You put the material in the bag, because after that I have to re-put my crushed rock back in place. Okay. So the first step, first of all, is you need to put your tractor level, and then you need to remove the pins on each side. So I'm going to do that. So like I told you in the video, I always put the pin in this position, never on that position, because the only thing keeping the locking pin is that little ring. If you keep it like this, then it's the gravity plus the pin. All right, and as you can see, they're greasy. So I'm gonna put it right here on the ground. When you remove your backhoe, especially when you remove the pin, make sure your tractor is on park. You set the parking brake on, all right? Now at this point, what I want to do is just lift up the FEL, all right? Now guys, if you read the book, what did I mix? I'll let you write down the comment, all right? So basically what you want to do is the rear part, you want to put it straight up, okay? So by playing with your bucket, that's how you achieve that, okay? So now I'm gonna go on the other side. And I'm going to, oh boy. I'm going to disconnect the hose, but before disconnect your hose, what you have to do is shut down the engine. Again, oh, pretty windy. I hope you can hear me. What you need to do is just relieve all the pressure of the bucket, so it's easier to disconnect from here. And what I tell you as a trick is open your hood, go very slowly, okay, and that will give you more access to the hydraulic hose. So one by one. And all the hydraulic hoses are all color coded. So and then what you do is before I would connect them and leave it like this. Alright, and you just put it over the bucket like so, and then you put the dust cover on. But before putting the dust cover, clean each one of them, because those dust cover, they get oily coming from various sources, and it's important to clean them. Once the hydraulic hose is disconnected and you put your dust cover, then you can close the hood of your tractor. Once your tractor is disconnected, like you can see, I already removed the loader in springtime and I already put grease in there, but that's why you want to put grease there and also on the locking pin, because here that's everything, it's holded in the on the loader. All right, so that's why keeping it grease and oil, it will prevent wear down of the support mounting for the loader. All right, so what I'm going to do is back up the tractor and then we're gonna go discuss more in detail with that. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, so this is the loader is basically supported by 2 points. The top one here, that's the carrying the load, and the load here. This is when you're pushing the loader, and this is the retaining pin. They don't recommend, in the book it's even read it, when you're towing using your forward FEL, but we all do for somehow reason. But essentially the only thing holding the loader at the point when you're towing it, it's the locking pin in here. This will, it's meant to have a load like this when you lift it, and this is when you push it or you lift it like that. So that's why they don't recommend it. What I recommend to do every year when you're working hard, for like I told you, I'm already at 470 hours. This is my 4th year this fall. So I do clean everything very well here, and that I'm gonna do that not with a pressure washer, with a whole rag. All right, so let's do that, and then I'll show you what to use for grease. Cheers. I know I already did it this spring, but just for you folks, I'm gonna do it again. Just for demo, then yes, you can clean it with a rag. So I'm gonna demonstrate it to you. One thing I like to mention, the scuffing pad here is very important. This is the hydraulic hose coming from the hydraulic pump, all your rear backhoe. And this one was starting to chafing on the hydraulic hose directly from this is the mounting for the FEL. So put a big thick pad in here so the hose is it's not chafing. And I made a video about, it's called the I Striptease myself, or Striptease on my tractor, and you can see it in there. I will be in my all the video links. All right, cheers. So we did the mounting on the tractor, and yes, my hands are dirty. Let's do the on the loader itself. Now this is the big cylinder. It's a full piece of steel that's supporting the tractor, and this is another big piece of steel. So these are two which are connected, which are supporting and also against pushing, and this is the pin. And everything in here needs to be clean. All right, once a year. And I have a lot of grease. Wow, I think I'm gonna use another rag. When you clean it also with the rag, it's a good time to do a visual inspection. Any cracks, corrosion. You don't want any sand in there because sand will act as a basically wearing down faster. So that's why you clean it often. Well, often once a year at least. Now I just tried to show you, but this is what. Just hold on. You see the shiny part here from the top. So this one is meant for against pushing, and this one is more also for supporting because it's all around the shiny part. So that's the reason why you want to have these very well greased, so it's protecting it against any type of chafing. So I'm gonna clean the other side. All right, I already greased the front loader when I've done when I helped the rescue mission, my neighbor, but I'm gonna only grease the support mount. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so everything is greased. Oh, except my pin. All right, just as a note, as you grease, look where you put your grease. If you see other friction point, put grease there because obviously something's occurring and you need to put grease, so that will help as a shock absorber basically and anti-wear and tear. So right now, let's reconnect and the tractor. Right, cheers. A good trick when you reconnect it, as you use the two side front bumper as you're going in. So I'm gonna put the camera like so. And these two, you want it right in the middle right here, all right? So like I told you, use the tube pin here because right there to there, there's not a lot of distance. So shut down your tractor, remove all the pressure and reconnect the hoses. Sorry, I shouldn't have done a close-up how to reconnect it. It's really easy to connect and reconnect. I mean, that's it. And the reason when you remove the hood is it's get a better access for the one located on the left side here. So once it's reconnected, basically you just have to put the tractor forward, and you're going to see that in detail. And this what happened when you have the camera. So this side is not one aligned. So instead of making a mistake, let's shut down thing, analyze what's still going on. There's nothing into it, it's just this one is basically I didn't arrive straight parallel to the so I just have to move the loader, or what I can do is turn the wheels, and that should bring the tractor like this. Is it that heavy? Yeah, it is heavy. So yes, let's do that. I'm gonna put the pin here. Oh yes, those little pins, keep it oily too and greasy. Alright folks, so I hope you like my small video about how to install and remove the front loader, and also how to maintain it, tighten all the bolts, use the proper grease, and also how to deal with something like you just witnessed. Despite of my flat ground, I was not square. I don't know how to see it, but if I need to be like in line with the backhoe, I was a little bit like this, so that's why the backhoe was not aligned. I just had to go back, but since I already had the pin installed on one side, well, I just had to play with the tractor in the right way, and as you see, it was quite an easy thing to correct. It's not that complicated. Practice make perfect, just remember that. All right, other than that, stick around. So, just a close recap, please do read the manual, operator manual for the front 23L loader. It's worth it. There's a lot of tips in there, and especially for the first tractor owner, it's a must. All right, it's a really must. Even they put it here, safety first. Make sure to read this manual before use. That's the first rule, right on the front page of the manual. All right. Other than that, please, thank you very kindly for all your outstanding support. No, I won't be a good thank you the guy. There's a couple of good folks who told me I should be a representative for the Mahindra, but they're such a outstanding good folks, where they're very more well spoken than me about it. All right, so please take care of yourself, enjoy summertime, and cheers. Oh yes, and of course you all see the video on my dog. Well, gentlemen and ladies, as I was editing the video concerning the loader, I discovered, and I completely forgot to talk about the most important thing on the loader. Well, there's many implements you can attach since the SQA is there, but I forget to mention the bucket. And now about the bucket, I'm gonna be very brief about it. It's a very well, strongly built bucket that they built for that loader. All right, Scotty. You can see the dog in the back. He's probably seeing a cat walking on the street. Now let's go in detail about the bucket. All right. Now about the bucket itself, it's the quality of the steel they put. That bucket with 460 hours, not all of it, but a lot of it, is the thickness of the front plate here, the cutter. Here it's less. I have a wear and tear, but it's still doing strong. And like small details like making here the edge, also the front, the big thick plate, not only there where you see most of the tractor brand, but all the way across here. And this is my thumb. You can see the thickness of the steel here. All right, it's almost a half inch, it's 1/4 thick, I think. But yes, it's very well. And as you can see, like it's straight as an arrow, like you can see in the edge here. So and the back plate also, like here, what they done, they didn't stop like this, and then there's another lip like this. So it's basically a top tube in the top, reinforced with a top big thick plate, flat steel bar, and there's another bar here also. So the way they build it, and on the back also they put that other plate here, link it to there, and there's another one here on the side, and there's another plate also. Like it's not, how I can say that, the loader, it's not only the plate here, they put another plate in the back as a back plate reinforcement of the bucket itself. I don't see any brand making that is strong except for TYM. There's also LS tractor. They're also, well, Mahindra. Am I forgetting one of those tractor? All the tractor will work together, like with Mahindra, TYM, LS. I'm forgetting one brand, and yes, these buckets are very well made, and I have many videos to prove it. And also, I like to mention the quality of the welding, like all around here on the edge, everywhere. I can see then they really put a good quality on the bucket of that, and I challenge you to see all the video that I made with my front loader. I use it like for carrying wood, like here. Also, when I made the parking lot in Shefford, I have many videos. At Joe's place too. So I have many videos I carrying rocks, large rock with it, and so yeah. Again, please do look at the your book. Now, how about those spray can there? I'm gonna talk to you. All right, stick around. Okay, so I went to my famous retail store, Canadian Tower, and I bought various type of silicone. So one, it's a waterproofing silicone, and that's the one I was talking about UV protection embedded in that silicone, and that's what you use to protect all your hydraulic hoses, the protecting gain here. That's what you're gonna use for your seat belt, and what else? Everything like the seat itself. So you're going to see me spraying this after. There's also silicone lubricant, which is safe with it's safe with all synthetic material, but also this one you can buy. All right, I'm just gonna get closer view. So basically, the silicone here is for waterproofing. I don't have my glasses to read you what it is, but basically it's silicone with embedded UV protection, and that's what they put inside. And here it's silicone lubricant, which is also good. Everything with silicone is good for protecting against the sun, but this one doesn't have any UV protection, so it's still good. All right, I used that one for on my tractor, and now I'm using for the very first time this, but I know this one is very good because that's the one I was using for my RV. All the little door hatch rubber, that's what I put on it because I knew it was recommended by the RV, but also for me when I used to inspect Air Force survival, Arctic survival tent. All right, now on that you're gonna see me spraying. So I'm gonna start with the camping one. All right, for the camping one, the waterproofing, of course, the most important thing you need to keep in good shape is your seat belt. The seat belt, if you don't have a tractor cab or your tractor is always outside, there's another reason why you want to put a lot of silicone is during the use of winter time. Winter time, it's cold, so it make the fabric really like prone to crack. By keeping silicone on it, it will remain flexible, and so as the seat too. So the seat, I'm putting a lot of silicone on it, so the rubberized, the small, it's not real leather, it's synthetic leather, but it's still soft. Even I sprayed it last year, so it's still soft to the touch, and even during the winter time, because you don't want the seat to get cracked. The other place where I put it also, it's to cover my fire extinguisher protection cover, but this one, it's not synthetic, it's cotton, and it also work on that too. So I'm gonna do it the same thing too. And by the way, did you inspect your fire extinguisher? Write the comments on the, please, because these things are important to check. Make sure the corrosion, all the handles working good, the tube is flexed, it's well attached, and I got a dog barking to another dog on the other side. All right, so for the cover, I'm just gonna put it on the ground like this. I'm gonna make the camera a little bit further away because I don't want the spray to go on the lens. Of course, silicone's bad for the lungs, but I'm outside, so I'm good. And you know what I am, so I'm putting also inside too. Whoa. And I'm just gonna let it dry a little bit, just on the fire extinguisher like this. Now I'm going to do the belt. For the safety belt, you just put it completely extended, and then you start. And don't be shy, put a lot on it. And then going to the other side. And pin detail for the where it's sewn together. And then just put it back in there and put a generous amount on the cover too. All right, let's do the seat. We're early in the morning, around 8 o'clock, so I don't have the sun's shining on it, which is good. And the seat, be generous too. All right, so I think the seat is well coated, so as the cover. The cover, I forget to mention to you, is if you have any sewing, please take the time to put an extra layer on the seam, so the silicone goes all the way, touching the thread, so that will seal the cover correctly. Now I'm gonna shoot the hydraulic hose here. Let's go the other side. Whoops! Yeah, you have to. That's one thing when you watch out. Is when you open it, is drop the, so that way. All right. Now all the hydraulic hose here, please be generous. because those are the ones who flex a lot when you play with your FEL. I think you get there's a strap. Oh, just hold on. That strap here is very important too, because that's the strap holding the hood in place. So be generous also there, because that's exposed to heat. Not so much about the rain. All right, everything is good. It's also good for electrical wiring. So there's electrical wire for the lights. So I'm gonna put an extra coat all around. Especially down there where it flex as you open and close the hood. I'm not gonna bother too much about the rubber carpet, because it's a thing it would be wise to spray it, but I have to remove it because I got to fix a thing on it. I will more incoming video about that fix. All right, this summer. So I did the seat belt. I didn't do the front hydraulics. Just hold on. And again, be generous. That one's always bending, and that one too. So basically, with the sunproofing and waterproofing with that silicone, is you get the chance to for the rubberize all the rubber get protection against the sun. All right. Hey folks, after a long winter time, it's time to inspect your first aid kit. Did you? I think it's the most forgotten implement is the front loader. So please be knowledgeable about the book. Take the time to read it, and yeah, it's worth it because it's an investment. It's not cheap, a loader. Take the time to read it, just for my next video next weekend. Fixing my snowblower. Like I promised to you, I'm gonna use epoxy to fix the drum who showed the all right, on that, please do take care of yourself. Thank you very, very kindly for all your positive, supportive comment to my channel, and I really like to it's a good therapy for me. It's good practice for my English speaking abilities, and hey, enjoy your tractor therapy. I mean, they're there for helping you, and I really like doing maintenance videos and showing what I have, and we exchange information too. I learn from a lot. It bring me a lot of good souvenir and stuff like that. So keep up the good work. Cheers.